Have you ever held a Kennedy half dollar and wondered if it could be worth more than 50 cents? For decades, the half dollar has been one of America's most iconic coins, yet by the 1990s, it was rarely seen in everyday circulation. The 1995 half dollar, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, is one such coin that might seem ordinary at first glance but still carries a story worth telling. Today, we're going to explore the design, the history, and the value of the 1995 half dollar, along with tips on how to sell it if you own one. Welcome back to the channel, where we explore the fascinating stories behind us coins and uncover the treasures hiding in your pocket change and coin collections. If you're new here, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our next coin deep dive. Now, let's turn our attention to the 1995 half dollar. The half dollar in 1995 featured the Kennedy design that had been introduced in 1964. Shortly after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, the obverse of the coin, designed by Gilroy Roberts, shows a left-facing portrait of Kennedy, detailed and strong, meant to capture his youthful energy and leadership. The inscriptions include "Liberty" around the top, with "In God We Trust" split across the lower portion, and the date 1995 beneath his profile. To the right of Kennedy's neck is the P, indicating it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. On the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparro, is the presidential coat of arms, showing a heraldic eagle with a shield on its chest. In its talons, the eagle holds an olive branch and a bundle of arrows, symbolizing America's desire for peace but readiness for defense. Surrounding the eagle are 50 stars, representing the states, and the inscriptions United States of America and half dollar. The reverse design connects the coin to the presidency, to Kennedy's legacy, and to America's identity. The year 1995 was part of a period when half dollars were still being minted in large numbers, but most never entered circulation. Since the late 1970s, half dollars had fallen out of favor for everyday use. People simply didn't carry them in their wallets, and banks often ordered very few. By the 1990s, most half dollars were struck primarily for collectors or for bulk distribution, with relatively few circulating naturally through stores or vending machines. In terms of mint, the Philadelphia Mint struck around 26 million half dollars in 1995. That sounds like a large number, but compared to coins like quarters or dimes, it's relatively low. These coins were made with the same clad composition used since 1971, a copper-nickel alloy layered over a pure copper core, giving the coin a silvery appearance. Each half dollar weighs 11.34 grams and measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter, making it the largest circulating coin in U.S. commerce at the time. So, how much is the 1995 half dollar worth today? In circulated condition, coins that show typical wear from use, they're generally only worth face value, about 50 cents. They're common enough that collectors don't pay much for worn examples. However, things change when you look at uncirculated or high-grade coins. An uncirculated 1995 half dollar, meaning one that has never been used in everyday transactions and still shows its original mint luster, can be worth a few dollars to collectors. The range for these is usually around $2 to $10 depending on condition. But the real jump in value comes with coins that have been graded at high mint state levels by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. For example, coins graded MS66 or MS67 with sharp details and no marks can be worth $50 to $150. In very rare cases, examples graded MS68 have sold for several $100s at auction. Proof coins were also struck in 1995 at the San Francisco Mint, but those carry the S mark, not the P. The Philadelphia Mint coins we're focusing on were standard circulation strikes. Although many were preserved by collectors in rolls and sets, era coins from 1995 are another area of interest. Some half dollars show off center strikes, die cracks, or double dies, and these can bring much higher prices depending on the errors, visibility, and rarity. A dramatic era coin can sell for hundreds, while more minor errors might bring $20 to $50. So, what should you do if you have a 1995 half dollar? First, check its condition. If it's circulated and worn, it's probably just worth 50 cents. But if it's bright, lustrous, and free of scratches or wear, it could be worth setting aside. You should also check for any unusual features that might indicate an era coin. If you want to sell one, there are a few routes to consider. Local coin shops are a straightforward option, and dealers can quickly tell you what your coin is worth. Coin shows are another excellent choice because you can get multiple opinions and offers. For online sales, platforms like eBay or heritage auctions are great ways to reach a larger audience of collectors. When selling online, make sure to take clear, high-quality photos of both sides of the coin, including close-ups of the date and mint mark, for coins that appear to be in very high condition. Or if you think you might have a rare error, consider sending the coin to a professional grading service. Having it authenticated, graded, and encapsulated in a protective holder can increase its value significantly and give buyers confidence in the coin's quality. Keep in mind though that grading has fees, so it's usually best for coins that are already rare or in excellent shape. The 1995 $5 may not be the rarest coin in American history, but it does represent an interesting time in coinage. It tells the story of a denomination that had largely disappeared from everyday use, yet continued to be minted for tradition and collectors. It also carries the legacy of President John F. Kennedy, whose memory still resonates strongly with Americans more than 3 decades after his assassination. In conclusion, most 1995 $5 are worth only 50 cents, but some, in uncirculated condition, high grades, or with errors, can be worth far more. It's always worth checking your coins carefully, because you never know when a common-looking piece might turn out to be a hidden treasure. If you enjoyed learning about the 1995 $5 and want to hear more stories about US coins, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting!